Welcome. Today we're going to go through on how to set up a member price versus normal price ticket. I do need to preface this with it does take a bit of tinkering. I will demonstrate what I mean when we get to that point. If you would like us to create them for you, please contact the professional services team and we'll get into it. So having ProfitTrack open as I have on screen, go into Setup, System Settings, System Options. Scroll down to your talkers, which should be under the Labels subheading. Now in here you'll have a bunch. When you click on one of the headings of the type, so it'll say 9up normal, we're looking for the ones that have a promotion tick. So I know in this system 3up does. Now the idea behind what we're about to do is that you want to find one that already works as a promotional ticket. So let's say you already use 30 or 33 ups, you want to go to that 30 or 33 up for the promotions. Find the one you're using for your specials. I'm just going to say it's this one, and you're going to basically copy it. So we'll do that now, and it's going to ask for a new code and name. So we'll say member and 3up member and save. So there's our new one. Now I have spaced that out just so it stands out for a second while we set this up. You don't have to do that, that's just a thing for my eyes. Now all of this is going to have to shift a little bit. So pretty much all the information on the left there is fine, but everything on the right there I'm going to change. Now all of this is dealer's choice, you can do it however you like. I'm going to do this the way I think looks good, but like I said, different to everyone. So on here I've already got the KG prefix, I don't need that, so I'm going to change this to be our members price. We're going to change the font size to 20, make it a bit bigger, and what we want to do is put it at the top above that special price. So what you can see here from left, 170 is how far left, or how far from the left rather, it has gone. Same logic from the top. So in this case, we've got 65 distance or 65 mils between the top and the name. So we need to drop that right back to, I'm going to say probably about 10, if not less, maybe 5. And from left, we're going to say maybe 130. We'll see how that looks in a minute, but we'll leave that like that for the moment. So we'll go to the special price, 130. Yeah, so it's not quite the same, so we're going to have to make that line up. So we'll say maybe 10. That looks probably like we got a bit of a gap. We'll say 5 for now. That looks all right. We're going to move this to 120, so it should be more aligned. We'll change the member price in a second, or we'll do that now rather. We'll say 135. Yeah, that looks much better, much more aligned. Now, the $1.23 per litre there, the unit price, I'm going to remove that as well. I'm going to move the savings down so that we have room for the normal price underneath the members pricing. So from the top, we'll say 80. That was, there we go. That looks good. So we'll go normal price, add. So it goes up in the top left by default, very, very small. We'll change the font to 20 and bold. And we're going to change the prefix to a dollar symbol. And then we'll move it into position. Now that's actually a lot smaller than I expected, so I think I didn't check the font size of the member pricing. Let's just try a bigger number there. Yeah, that looks better. Alright, so from left we'll go 130, or 120 I think it was. From top, 150 looks like it's probably going to be right, though the from left looks a little bit too far now. We'll say like that. Now I know that's an extra dollar symbol, though once we get to actually printing it, it shouldn't appear like that. We'll demonstrate that in a minute. Now that doesn't look quite aligned, but I think it's going to look fine. We'll see in a minute. Now we're going to add one more text. And same thing, we're going to give it a font size of 20, bold. And this prefix will be normal pricing. So now when I put this from left over to there and drop it to maybe 45, that looks about right. We want it to line up with the members pricing where we can. So it's 135 and that's about all that matters for this. So we'll say the same and we'll give it the same width as well. Now it still looks a little skewed, so we may need to change that. Let's say 125 looks about right. Alright, now that we've done the basics, now of course that doesn't look perfect, and that's fine. We're going to close out, go into our specials. We're going to view our talker batches, print batch. We're going to go down to, 3-up member. We're going to bring up the talkers and we'll see how it looks. So you can see there, it dropped the second dollar symbol, like I said. But yeah, the normal is too far to the left, so is the dollar price. And the product of Australia could actually be moved to the right a little bit, I think. So we'll go make those changes. So it's just as simple as going back in, tinkering with it, based off what we saw, going back into specials, trying it again, rinse and repeat until we're happy with it. So 3-up member. So like we said, this was a little too far to the left, that normal pricing there, so we'll change that. So if we go into the normal price, we'll say, we might actually go a bit more drastic and say 115. I think that dollar symbol is skewing how it actually looks. And I'm pretty sure the name of normal price was a little too far to the left as well, so we'll say 130. Now the other text, product of Australia, I'm going to move to the right just a little bit. And we're going to go back into our specials. We're going to reprint that and see how it looks. So that's looking better. The normal is still too far to the left, but the normal price is there. It's about the same size of the save, which is what we'd want. The member price looks fine. And I just realized it's cutting off the naming. That's going to be due to the width, so I'll show you that as well. So back in, and it's just rinse and repeat. So if I go back down to my 3s, I'm going to assume, so it cut off the pricing, or the writing of pricing on both those. So it's probably going to be to do with the width of 30. We'll say 50, 55 should cover it. And we'll say 60 on that one. Yep, that looks alright. We're going to realign these just a little bit, so I'll say 130, and we'll say 130 on that one. It's already there. Cool. We're just going to try that again as it is now that we've corrected that width. Yeah, that's looking pretty spot on, I would say. I think the member pricing, or members pricing, could come to the left a little bit. But other than that, it's pretty much done. So that's where I said you will have to go back and forth a bit, get it right the way you want it. And it's completely customizable, so you don't have to follow what I've done here, but realistically to make what we're trying to accomplish happen, you just need the special price and you need the normal price. Now really you want to put the name above it, which is what I've done there, just to indicate to the people shopping what the price, or what the reason for the price difference is. And then realistically you want to name it member so that you only print it with the members specials and not with other specials that everyone's applicable to. Now if there's any questions, queries or otherwise, please give us a buzz on 1-800-020-946. Otherwise don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Cheers!